All right, guys. Good morning. We're here with Freedom in Six, Week 2, Session 2, Thursday morning. We're going to be talking about Facebook pages. Last week we went over groups and creating groups and the two types of groups you should be creating. I re-recorded this session for you guys just because I wanted to go over some more specific things on the group and make sure we were clear on a few things. So just to kind of piggyback off from last week, so the group that we created, the Freedom in Six group that I added all of you to, again, get familiar with that, chat in there, ask questions that you have. I know there's definitely questions out here because I get a text or a few texts every day or calls regarding those questions. So ask those questions in the group, not just because it makes it easier for me to respond, but also because it'll help the other members of the group as well. I'm sure they would have the same questions also. One of the questions I did get was that in the internet, sometimes people are viewing the session and the screen that they're viewing isn't moving as fast or it blacks out. That's due to two reasons. Number one, either you have an older computer model or the software hasn't been updated. Not updating your software can cause some issues with this. Number two, your internet's slow as well. Generally speaking, usually it's the internet problem and it just isn't moving fast enough. Your bandwidth's being taken up by more people. If you're in the office and there's other people on the internet as well, and we're all streaming the same thing, that can be an issue. So I recommend you either do it at home on your home Wi-Fi or direct connection DSL, hardwired, something like that to where nobody else is on it. That's what I'd recommend. Other than that, again, every webinar is being recorded and it's going to be posted in the group as a YouTube video there, so you can view it at your leisure and rehearse it again if you would like to. So that's there for you as a resource. So, all right. So Facebook pages. That has probably been, I would say, the number one question, the number one topic that's brought up when I begin to talk to people about social media, when I've coached them on it, whether it's an insurance agent, realtor, mortgage guy, personal trainer, you name it, is what about my Facebook page? What about my business page? Not my personal profile, but what about my business page? How do I set that up? And for some reason, we have this idea that professional profiles are important. But remember, on social media, what's the foundation of this, right? The foundation of social media and why it's valuable to the world is not the information or the education, but rather the entertainment. So a couple things about Facebook pages, some myths that I will dispel about them. The basis of Facebook pages is that that's not the bulk of your engagement that you're going to get, or even maybe that you want to get, to be perfectly honest. It'll take a while to get a following. You know, if you're a motivational speaker, it's a little bit different. If you're a photographer, it's different, right? Depending upon what you do. For realtors, a Facebook fan page, a Facebook business page is really, I don't want to say it's a waste of time, but if we were going to put the importance of it on a scale of 1 to 5 on social media, in particular Facebook, it would be on the bottom at number 5, okay? Because it's not supposed to be, social media, especially Facebook, is not supposed to be a resume. It's not a LinkedIn account, right? It's something for interaction, a networking party, right? That 24/7 networking party that we talked about. So Facebook business page, it's really there just to be used as a resource. When people connect with you on social media and they want to know more about what you do and they want to connect with you on the professional level and find out more about your business, well, there you have it. They can go back to your Facebook page. It's something that you can redirect people to as you're sending out emails, redirect them to your Facebook business page. You can put it on your flyers, on your marketing material, on your business cards, those things that can connect people to you again and again. You can use it as a resource, put valuable content on there. That would be a resource to your marketplace. Right, if you're doing flips, you want to put material on there about contractors, about permits, those types of things. Do you want to put content that is unique to what you do? And it's a place to find, again, that info and to find credentials, to find reviews, to find people who have used you in the past. Just a place to find info on you as a professional and the credentials that you have. And if you don't have any, you want to start building that up. So that's the use of it. The other alternative use for it, and really the only thing to actually grow it, is really ads, running ads from it, boosting posts that you might have on your business page as advertisements on Facebook. That's what will really grow it. But other than that, again, it doesn't have a whole lot of value other than linking the people you're already creating a network with your personal profile and your groups, right? The groups that we talked about last week. It's just a place for them to go to identify with you as a professional in whatever service you do, in this case, real estate. Okay, so that's the use for it. So it's not complicated. We're not going to overthink what Facebook pages are for, to be perfectly honest. I'm more about groups and about having a captive audience at all times, and being able to interact with people on a smaller level, like the groups. In a smaller, I don't mean, right, we're not talking to 100,000 people. Maybe we're talking to 5,000 or 2,000 or a couple hundred or maybe even 10,000, but it's still a captive audience. So the Facebook pages, again, are just another way to link you to them in a professional manner. So, all right, so your page should be about your brand, right? We spoke about that in session 2 of last week, right? Who you are, what is that you do, what is it that you sell, identifying that. And I cannot stress that enough, that it's so important to identify that, because how in the world are we going to build a Facebook business page or start creating groups for you if we don't know the answers to those questions? So really, until you answer those questions, again, you know, you're not going to really grow the correct way through social media. Okay. Your page should be about your brand. Okay. So know those specifics that we talked about in session 2 about who you are, your sales process, what you want to be selling, the target market you want to go after, what your audience wants, so on and so forth. Know the answers to those questions, please, because if you're going to be creating these groups and these pages, they need to be answered. All right. So I'm going to walk you through building a page. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to walk you through the difference between community pages, personal branding, and creating a page for services that you offer. And you know, depending upon how you want to brand yourself, you know, you may be able to determine which one of those fits you best. I'll also go over some examples of some pages I've had in the past that I really just use them as examples, so on and so forth. So I am going to share my screen with you here. All right, so here we go. So this is pages, okay? Now you can create a page here. I'm just going to go to my personal profile because that's what everybody's familiar with. Now again, obviously, for those of you who are new, we're not talking about your personal profile. This is your personal profile, right? We're talking about a business page, which is something additional to that is specifically related to what you do most of the time, okay? So if we're here in our personal profile, which is where most of you spend your time, or your newsfeed, we'll go personal profile for this example, okay? We go up here to this button, right? This button right here at the top, okay, right next to your notifications, right next to question mark, this button right here, this drop down arrow, okay? All right, so we go here, click this. Where we're going to go, create pages right here, okay? Drop down, create page. There you go. So you'll see here it gives you 6 different options: local business, company, organization, or institution, a brand, a product, artist or public figure, entertainment, or a cause or a community. Now, generally speaking, you guys aren't selling anything in particular. Your guys aren't selling a product, you're selling houses, but you don't really push a specific brand, right? You're not selling, you know, unless you're selling Toll Brothers houses, I guess, exclusively, right? You're really not entertaining them with a particular, you know, you're not singing or playing something, right? You're not really an organization or institution. This is more for a large corporation. What most realtors, and again, we're doing this specifically for real estate, what most realtors pick is either a local business or place, public figure, or community. Okay, local business or place would be if you're, you know, John Smith at Century 21 Realtors, you're putting the address there, or you're, you know, such and such luxury properties, and you're putting the location there because you've branded yourself in that location, which is very, very popular depending upon your demographic. Okay, public figure would be if you have a very, very, very large following and you need to switch the type of page that you have in order to allow more people to follow you, generically speaking, and you don't want people necessarily coming up to you and bothering you. I don't think anyone here has that problem. That's not an insult, and hopefully you'll get there one day. This is more for people who have thousands, tens of thousands of followers or more, who are connecting with them on a regular basis. Cause or community. Now, this type of page would be more for if you're creating a page for, let's say, the top 10 of Morris County, top 10 of Parsippany, and you're creating a community page for that, that's what these types of pages would be used for. You say, what are the difference? Well, the templates and how the pages are laid out are different for each and every one. So we're going to go to local business or place because that has pretty much the most comprehensive and the most involved amount of data that we have here. So we created a page earlier today for luxury in Hudson County. So I'm going to put this up here. Let's do local business or place. If you're a realtor, I strongly advise against creating a page saying, John Smith, realtor at Century 21, and putting that on there as your title, right? We want something that's going to capture people's attention. We would rather have something like this: home values in Middlesex, the best of Cranford, New Jersey, Edgewater Luxury with Annie, right? Different things that are going to capture people's attention that aren't necessarily about, hey, everybody, I'm a realtor, right? Remember, this is marketing, right? So this is to capture people's attention. So let's say I'm going after Longview Townhomes in, I believe it's Montville. So what am I going to do? I'm probably not going to create a local business or place. I'm probably going to create a cause or community, okay? But for the sake of it, we'll do this. So let's do Longview Townhomes in Montville. Right. This is a very specific market that we're going after. So what you're doing is you're creating this page. So people, as you run ads from this page, this would be a heavily ad run page. People are coming back here to Montville, seeing these things, right, being drawn back to your page. And then the hope is, and the goal is that they contact you rather than contacting other agents, because they don't know if you're, the exclusive agent for Longview Townhomes in Montville. They have no idea, right? Page category, we are real estate. So we do want to put that on there. Address, you could put down there the address of the place. I don't recommend it. I would recommend putting yours down because that's probably a breach of ethics in the real estate world. Or you could do it as just a cause or community page as well, to where there's no address. You're just there as a resource for Longview Townhomes in Montville. Okay. So for this time, we'll just put 165 East Main Street in Rockaway, New Jersey, 07866, I believe. And we'll just put my phone number. You would put your cell. Always, I recommend always putting your cell phone because you want people to contact you directly. So we'll get started. Now, obviously, it'll confirm if this title is available. If not, then I have to change it. So here we go. So it was available. Longview Townhomes in Montville. Again, that's a hint. That means no other realtor has created a page like this, right? Maybe a good thing to do to go after that market if you're going to. Okay. Right away, Facebook will put up some hints here: add cover photo, add profile picture, add short description, right? Things to help you move along. So it's kind of dummy proof, so to speak. It'll tell you exactly what to do. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is add pictures. This can be a little time consuming, but again, you want to do it as best as you can. Pictures need to be sharp. They need to be pertinent to the community, the cause, the group, or whatever it is that you're going after, whatever it is you're branding. That's very, very important. So what do? I go to Google, right, and I type in things such as Longview condos in Montville. So there's definitely pictures somewhere up here. So I go to images, okay, right, and I have a lot of these. I have Longview, the Meadows, right? Some of these pop up, some, not necessarily all these, so are actually it. So you want to make sure that the data, the pictures, everything that you're importing is accurate. That's a big pet peeve of mine. You have some of these realtors who put these together and they just blast in pictures and it's not even the correct ones. So make sure the ones that you're putting in here are correct. Okay, very, very important. So I'm definitely going to take this one, Longview. It has it right on there, right? We save that image. There we go. Okay. Documents, we'll go to Facebook marketing. Label correctly, Longview 1. That's a good banner one. Let's look for a good one for the profile pic. This one's pretty good. That one's pretty good. That one's not too bad. Probably want one more, a little bit more, a little bit brighter. We can always edit the picture. This is actually a great one. So maybe we'll do this. Save image as. Again, we'll do long view. Number 2. Always label them so you know what they are, so you don't lose track. It's just kind of a way that I keep myself organized a little bit. All right. So let's go back here. Longview Townhome. Add a picture. All right. So you want to make sure that that you are adding pictures on here that are of good quality. Okay. You want to make sure that they show up clear. You may want to check on desktop and on mobile device. They do show up a little bit different because of the size of the screen. So you want to make sure that the picture and the size and the look that you want is showing up on both correctly. Okay. So let's do long view 2 for this one. Okay. So see how we zoom in there? We can adjust it a little bit, right? You may need to do that because not every picture is built for this on the internet. Okay. I'm going to edit this. You click this edit button, you can get different looks on this, much like Instagram. I like to do summer because a lot of time it clarifies the colors and brings the rich colors out a little bit. So we'll just save this. It's taking a while. And then we save it as the profile picture. Boom. Beautiful. Okay. Add a cover picture. We're going to choose from the photos that we have, or excuse me, upload a photo from our computer that we saved. So we'll go long view 1, the larger picture that we found here. Okay. Now this is a little off because this is kind of cut off here, right? So you may want to go back after you look and see that it's not exactly what you wanted, right? We may want to actually switch this up. So watch this. So let's go back here. Click here, upload photo. Let's see how we do with this. So if we just isolate long view here, it's nice and bold. Maybe it's not the best one, but again, for example purposes, that's what I'm going to do. Save. Again, I like to choose the summer filter because it just gives one of the best color resolutions on this. Okay. Here we go. We have to refresh this. Sometimes it takes a few minutes to refresh. And then let's see if we can do this one here. So sometimes you have to play around with it. Yes, that one looks much better. Perfect. Save. Perfect. All right, so that's there. Again, sometimes this takes a little while. I would just let it go. I'll try it one more time to see if it does what I want it to do. Otherwise, it may take a few minutes for Facebook to update it, which happens from time to time. Oop. Long view 2 or long view 1? Now, sometimes if the resolution is off, right, if things aren't correct, if it's not compatible with this, it will not save it, and that's the reason why. Usually it will tell you. Sometimes Facebook's funny, it just boots it off. So you may need to adjust things as it. Now, what I always recommend is that there's software you can buy where you can put lettering up top here and say you know, Longview townhomes in Montville, New Jersey, and you can title it yourself and embed that in this picture. I recommend that. I will later on today in the group, when I post this video, I'll post some of the links to some of those cheaper softwares that you can have that will allow you to put pictures in here. Otherwise, you know, if you know them yourself, you can do that. a lot of the social media, you know, kind of accessory apps allow you to do those things as well. So I would always recommend putting the title of your page right here on your banner. So when people open up, they see it, okay? Because most people, they look at the picture first, they don't look over here at the title, okay? So, all right, the next thing we're gonna do is start filling in the information here. Now, there's not a lot of information to fill in, but some of it is very important, okay? So let's just exit out of this so we don't have to look at that anymore. Now, you can run your entire page from this little button here. Obviously, you wanna like it. The person who creates is automatically liked and following. You can share the page to somebody else, to your own timeline. But this little 3-dot button here, you can run your entire page from. Okay, you can view the page as a visitor to see how it looks when somebody else is seeing it for the first time. You can invite your email contacts, all your email addresses that you have. It automatically sends out an email and asks them to like it. It's a quick way of getting likes. Create an event. Ads Manager from running ads from this page. It would recommend you to do certain things. Create another page, shortcuts like as your page, invite friends. That's what we all want to be doing, so on and so forth, okay? We'll come back to that, but we do want to add a button, okay? In this case, we want to have somebody get in touch with us, okay? So you can either do contact us, you can add a form on your website to where when they click on that button, it redirects them to your website. I don't recommend that. I recommend either a chat through Facebook or the number, because a lot of times when people are redirected, they don't trust it, or they realize, oh, it got me, now it's a realtor who I'm going to be calling, and that's not something that's very appetizing for them to engage with. So for now, we'll just do the call now button. Again, I'll put my cell phone in there. Here we go, add button. Then again, I think I've mentioned this before, but 92% of social media activity is done on a phone. So let that sink in for a moment. 92% of social media activity is done on a phone, on somebody's mobile phone. So whenever you're setting things up, always cater it to the mobile phone rather than the desktop. And sometimes people don't even realize that the vast majority of people are going to be viewing what they're putting out there, their pages, their groups, everything is going to be on a mobile device. So just keep that in mind as you're doing this, that if you have a picture and it doesn't quite show up exactly the way you want it to on the desktop, but it's perfect for mobile, go with it for mobile, because that's what the majority of people are going to be looking at through, is their mobile device, okay? So call now button, when somebody taps on it, it brings up the number, or when somebody taps on it on a mobile phone, it brings up their number and they can automatically call you, okay? Next thing, all right, let's go over here, okay? We have some services that we offer. Again, we want to add a service. Obviously, you can put listings, showings, those types of things in there. I would just put something instead of buyer consultation, complimentary consultation for prospective buyers in this community, okay? I don't want to put a price. Maybe you want to put a photo of yourself or another photo of the community. It's up to you. Most people don't look at the services because they're here not to look at the services. Again, they're here not to be sold. What are they here to do? These people are here to look at the pictures and to view the community. So make sure you put community heavy, picture heavy, property heavy information on here, because that's what people want to look at, okay? And then we want to put here, I wouldn't put listing because we want to stay away from real estate a little bit. So we may want to put property marketing. Current properties for sale and new within Longview. And again, you guys can cater this to you. I'm just doing this as an example so you guys understand how to do this. So servicers, the next thing is reviews. Now, obviously, we don't have any reviews because this is brand new. So as you build this up, sometimes it's nice to ask friends or people in your group or in your syndicate, right? In your syndicate, we talked about that last week, the group that you create that is just for business referral partners. So get them to create reviews for you. Okay. And again, a lot of this, I'm going through a pretty comprehensive tutorial to do this, but a lot of this doesn't take very long if you do it and set aside, a half hour or so to do it. Okay, photos, automatically every photo that you post on here of pictures of the properties or your listings or whatever it's going to be is going to be automatically in this photo in this photo database. Videos, the same thing. Posts, these are the posts that you're going to put on here actually on the page, whether you're posting a web link or a listing in there or a new feature or the pool or whatever it may be. Those are all going to be here in the post. Events, you can always post events if, let's say, you're a realtor and maybe you're hosting an event and, here in that community. Okay, and you want to do that. You can post that once you have a following, post that, always post that event in the calendar. Okay, about. And again, these are case-by-case basis. This is a static part of the page, meaning that once you fill it out, it stays the same. Okay. Category, real estate name, Longview Townhomes in Montville. Username, create a page in your username. Always do this. This is very important. Now, you can only do this once you have 20 followers or 20 likes on the page. Obviously, our username would be Longview Townhomes or Longview Montville, something that's very specific, because this username here, okay, this username that we're talking about right here, okay, once you have 20 likes on this page and you fill out whatever this username is going to be, this is actually registered as a live domain on the internet. So when people begin searching Longview Townhomes, Longview Condos, condos in Montville, townhomes in Montville, New Jersey, this will pop up in Google. So this is a way you can get some easy, quick, organic traffic on your business page. So always do this once you have 20 likes, okay? Very important to do so. All right, edit business details. This is things about the actual structure itself, parking, whether or not there's parking. We'll say there's a parking lot. Sure. Enter email, very important. Always put your email address on there. What I recommend, what I highly, highly recommend is that if you're putting a community page like this together for Longview Townhomes or the top 10 of Parsippany or the best of Morris County or whatever it is, I recommend creating a separate Gmail account for this, okay, and creating one that's top 10 in Parsippany at gmail.com, best of Morris County at gmail.com, for two reasons. Number one, they don't know you're a realtor. Number two, if you get emails and questions and different things to this email, you can gauge how successful this page actually is. How many people I'm actually getting in front of, right? Because anything that comes from that email address, you know it's from this page. So I would use that specifically and create that for the pages that you're creating, okay? I have about 20 different pages here, and I have a separate email for them. So email address, again, we'll just use mine, but fund.com. Okay, save it. Enter website. Again, if you have your own website, if you have a blog that you want to link people to, that you want to drive people back to, if you want to create that, you can always put that here. Other than that, if you don't have something, I wouldn't put I wouldn't put your realtor website on there, especially if you're trying to draw in people who just want more information about the community, because you want to do a soft sell first. This is a process, right? Again, you could. My preference is not. There's not any hard data that says, oh my gosh, if you put your website on there, no one's going to ever want to look at your page ever again. No, my preference is just not. But if you did want to, you could put that here as well. Okay. Now again, if this page is for you and it's your location, your office, and it's Joe Schmo at such and such realty, wherever, then of course I recommend putting your website there. Okay, but again, you guys don't just want one page. You probably want a couple community ones to draw in traffic from, that you're going to link to your different groups. Again, everything is intertwined. So what are we doing? We're setting up pages, we're setting up groups, we're setting up a personal profile, and we're linking them all together to constantly move your networks into those. Do they know that you run them? Do they know that you run these groups, that you own these pages? No. But again, those people all need homes, they all need a place to live, so on and so forth. So as they see these pages and as you market your pages, they don't know that you run them, but your pages to your friends, and they see them, and they like them, and they begin following those pages, that's who you draw these people in. Okay, so you can add a website, you can edit other accounts. if this is an account or a page that's showcasing properties such as Longview in Montville, I would definitely create an Instagram account for it. Okay, so you can just for the sake of linking people to those pictures, because then you'll get people from Instagram who like the Facebook page and vice versa. Okay. Edit about. This is just a basic short description of it. We'll say everything you need to know about Longview townhomes and more. Visit our page for I would say for galleries of units within the community and resources in the, I may be going over here, neighborhood. Cool. Our page for galleries of the units within the community and resources in the neighborhood. There we go. Save it. Okay, something nice and short. Edit and press them. Don't worry about this. This is for like Australia and England. I think you're not a restaurant, so you don't add a menu. I would leave the privacy policy alone. Okay. Story. Back up here, same page. Story. Okay. This can be very long. This is something that I wouldn't make super long, but I would make it fill it in with more details so people know exactly what they can come here for. So tell them about the community. So I would say Longview Townhomes is a high-end community in the prestigious town of Montville, New Jersey. Right. We want to put some facts about Longview homes. If if we're talking condo complexes, if it's a 55 plus, if it's not, if it's FHA approved, find that information out. Of course, I can always help you with that, and put that in here. Tell the story about the complex. Tell the story about why it's great. If it has amenities, right? I don't know everything about this complex. I've done a few loans in here, but I would say here. This neighborhood is a gated community complete with tennis courts, a pool, clubhouse, and many other convenient, convenient amenities for you as a resident. All right, you want to put the idea in their head that they're going to live here. Okay. Most of the units are fully upgraded. Again, is all this fact exactly? I don't know. I'm just doing it for example purposes. So don't everybody call me up and say, no, that's not true. What are you doing? Again, I'm just using this for example purposes to show you guys how to do it. Most of the units are fully upgraded with spacious bedrooms and living areas. Because of this, if you haven't noticed, my fingers are dyslexic, okay? So bear with me. Longview is one of the most sought after townhome communities in North Jersey. add some instruction at the end. Always please like and follow our page for exclusive listings, coming properties for sale, or I would probably say upcoming. And updates within the area. All right, we will see you soon. Sure. Okay. Again, does it have to be that long? No, but it should have some detail about the community, the brand, whatever it is, yourself. If you're pushing you, yourself, your skill, whatever it is, that's what should have in here. Okay. All right. So you've finished about, again, some of these other things you can fill out pertinent to your situation. But again, this type of page, the business page, the local business with the address, specific, all that, that has the most data in here. Community has a little bit less data because obviously you're not going to have a an address and those kind of things. If I was doing a page like this for a specific neighborhood, I would do it as a community. I would not do it as a local business, okay? But again, if you are a local business or if you're branding yourself, I would either do artist, public figure, or local business as well, okay? For some of us, like us loan originators, we typically always have to do local business because we're required to put all of our information on there if we're ever advertising ourselves, okay? All right, so when you click community, you can see all the different people who are following this. Obviously, at this point, it's nobody, it's just me, okay? Now, if we're going to invite people to like our page, we click again here in this three dot button here, go down to invite friends, okay? And we begin to move down here, right? Let's say invite, 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 so on and so forth, okay? And you can go farther down the list, but you get the idea. I do recommend clicking this button here, invite your email contacts, because that can get you a lot of quick likes as well. So now, are organic likes going to be the thing that drives us? People coming and finding Longview Homes, going, oh man, I would really like to follow that page. No, that's not going to be the driving force behind it. Running ads, and that's what we're going to be covering next week. The next 3 sessions, I'm going to be talking about running ads straight through Facebook, running ads from the pages you build, and then running ads within groups and so on and so forth, and how to gain some traction. We're going to be going over 4 different types of real estate ads that I have for you, and the philosophy behind running ads, how to run them correctly, how to build the ad to where it's not boring, to where it gets attention, to where it gets people's engagement on it. So that's really how you set up a Facebook business page. Again, I'm just going to show you some basic examples of some different pages that I built here. This was one that I built in the past, Veterans Real Estate Resources. I just use this as an example. I ran some ads for some VA loans off of it, and it was just something here that people could visit here and put their information in here. I ran some ads off of it, got some business, so on and so forth, as a resource for them to be a part of here, okay? This is just a community. This is not a local business, okay? Veterans Real Estate Resource. Let me show you another one. Here's when I set up a couple weeks ago for Denise. I can do this for you guys as well. Show you how to do this if you'd like. Okay, this is a custom page made up. Follow the flip. Again, we put this on here, Century 21 with Denise Capone. We're branding her. So that's why her picture is on here, because this is not a community page. This is a person or a local business. Okay. What else here? Best of Union County, New Jersey. Okay, this is a community page. Okay, Cranford, Union County, New Jersey. Okay, we're building this on here. This is a brand new page, right? But we put that on here. We brand the person. Okay, Family First Funding, mine. This is my wife's. This is a local business, right? So she puts her logo on there, Valerie Fallon Photography. She changes this picture quite a bit, which is why there's no heading on it. She does have this registered as a domain name, very important, right? She's got about 200 likes or so. Most people have about 200. That's the vast majority. But again, it's not really how many likes you have, it's your reach, right? And she's putting a lot of content on here. She's got a lot of reviews. This is actually a really good example of what to do when you're branding your business. of what she does here. So if you guys want to take a look at this, this is actually very good because a photographer obviously has a lot to showcase, a lot of cool pictures that they can look at, and you do as a realtor. You have pictures of houses, and everybody loves to look at pictures of houses. so this is a couple examples. If you guys have questions, please leave it in the forum there in the group that I've set up. Type it in there. I'll see the questions. I always get notified whenever anybody posts in there, and I want you to do that because I want you to get used to navigating groups. Now, if you're not completed your profile yet, if you're not completed your syndicate group and start building other groups out there, don't be afraid to do that. Put yourself out there. If you need help, ask questions. I will help you. But again, there's a reason why I'm teaching these things in a progressive way in this form, because if you don't learn, how, what you are and your brand and what you want to push, you won't know exactly what to fill out on a Facebook page or what kind of groups to create, right? If you don't know your process, then what's the sense of running ads when you don't know the process you're going to walk people through that are coming in through social media, right? So it's important to do these things to make this effective for you, right? I can only tell you what to do. I certainly can't make you do it, but it's important to know exactly who you are, the type of brand you want to push, so that you can know exactly the type of pages you're going to create, the type of groups, and then we know what we're going to run ads to and the type of ads we're going to run for you specifically. All right. So if you have questions, please leave them in that group in Freedom in 6 group, the private group that you all are in. And later on, I will post this video here shortly into the group so you guys will be able to view it later on. All right. Have a good one. Make it a great one. And let me know if I can help you in any way. All right, guys. Thanks.